You're watching HFO-TV, your partner in Pacific Northwest multifamily investing. HFO-TV is brought to you by Pacific Exteriors Northwest, apartment siding contractors with nearly 30 years of experience, providing exceptional quality and service to multifamily and residential owners. And by Gantry Incorporated, the nation's largest independent mortgage banking firm.
Welcome back to HFO-TV. I'm Greg Frick, partner at HFO Investment Real Estate. And today we have with us Zach Lindahl. He's the Director of Government Affairs of Multifamily Northwest. This is a new position in Multifamily Northwest. I know we've talked about, we've been active member of that organization. So Zach, thanks for taking the time. I thought it would be great for our audience kind of to hear kind of what entailed the new position, what you're doing, and then, like I said, I'm sure we'll be talking multiple times throughout the upcoming years and legislative session. So welcome, thank you, and maybe give a little background about yourself and talk about the position.
Absolutely. Thank you, Greg, and the HFO team for having me here today. My name is Zach Lindahl, Director of Government Affairs for Multifamily Northwest, and happy to detail a little bit about what I do on a day-to-day basis and kind of the long-term goals for us as an organization. And so ultimately, my job and my team's job, which we have a team of 3, is to keep Oregonians housed. And we do so by representing our over 1,000 members across the state of Oregon. And so really, when I think about my position, there's really 4 key tenets to it. Number 1 is interacting with the members to really understand the policy ideas that they would like us to promote and the ones that they'd like us to advocate against. And so I work closely with our members to identify these items and create some talking points and some framework around them to help advocate on your behalf. So that really brings us into the second tenet of what I do and what our team does, and that's the direct lobbying portion. And we do this both at the Oregon State Legislature, but as well as at the local government level with like the city of Portland, Multnomah County. We've had issues pop up across the state in Gresham, Bend, Eugene. And so we do go to these different local jurisdictions and advocate on your behalf as well. Directly lobbying both city and state government.
So now Multifamily Northwest is, we've over the years have had various lobbyists and things like that. With this position, maybe explain how that's different now with, somebody dedicated on staff for government affairs working with the lobbyists as opposed to kind of how it was done before.
Yeah, absolutely. In the past, over the last decade or so, and you've been in this industry longer than I have, but what we've seen is a uptick in legislation that has been impactful in a negative way towards housing providers in the state of Oregon. My job and what's different now is we're taking a proactive lead and trying to get out ahead of different policies, whether it's at the state or local level, and advocating them beforehand and making sure that we have the proper relationships in place with local elected officials and state elected officials to avoid them. What's going to be different moving on in the future is that we are going to bring forth our own legislation, and we'll have about 6 or 7 bills we can talk about later, get a little bit more detail about that, and really just trying to make sure that we mitigate issues beforehand to keep Oregonians housed.
Well, I'm psyched about having you join the team because we kind of joke around in our industry a lot that management companies are very good, they're very reactionary, putting out fires. So, but in government affairs and lobbying, you need to look a little bit forward because if you're always just reacting, it's really tough to get anything. You can always fight stuff, but getting things, through and actually putting legislation forward, you need somebody dedicated. So I'm really excited that they have decided to, have somebody dedicated for, government affairs and working with the lobbyists. So welcome and look forward to, many, many discussions and getting some positive legislation done in the state of Oregon. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
And we'll see you next time on HFO-TV. Thank you.
Our entire office specializes in multifamily real estate, making HFO the largest multifamily brokerage in the Pacific Northwest. Your success is our passion. Build your legacy with HFO. Call 503-241-5541 or visit our website at hfore.com for more information.